What better place to begin than with the games that started it all? Here's Brad Chan from the Warcraft RTS team.
I mean, okay, yeah,
It's kind of funny how life ends up. I actually never thought about ever being a developer. When I was younger, I just wanted to play video games. Back in 2007, I was at a regional qualifier playing a game called Warcraft 3. After I qualified for the tournament, someone came up to me, gave me his card, and was like, hey, we're looking for experienced RTS players to join our design team. Naturally, I said I wasn't interested. I was gonna go to the Nationals, win that, go to the Worlds, win that, easy. Well, it was a good thing I kept that guy's card, because 16 years later, here I am, working on a game that remains so important to me and so many players around the world. Throughout my career, I've stuck to a few guiding principles. When something is broken, you fix it. When something is wrong, you make it right. And if things aren't good enough, you make them better. So without further ado, I'm here to announce patch 2.0 for Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Hey, yo.
Available now, this patch overhauls the environments and lighting and revamps the user interface. In addition, we are up-resing all classic Warcraft 3 assets to HD. You can now customize the type of assets you want to play with and even mix and match if you like. We have also included a bunch of quality of life changes, such as in-game hotkey customization, a revamped ladder, and much, much more. We hope you enjoy this update, which will be available to everyone who owns Reforged. Now, I'm not just here to talk about Warcraft 3. We're also here celebrating 30 years of Warcraft. So not only will Reforged be receiving an update today, but we are also releasing fully remastered versions of Warcraft 2 and 1. So you can experience the story from the very beginning. These remasters have brand new hand-drawn visuals that capture the original art style from each game. And you'll be able to swap between the original graphics and the remastered versions in real time.
Oh, that's sick.
For Warcraft 1, we added modern controls such as right-click move, bandbox select, and a faster game speed. Both games have also received various UI and UX improvements such as tooltips and health bars, mission select screen, and an increased unit selection. Warcraft 2 will still have multiplayer functionality, and all legacy custom maps will still be fully compatible and playable.
Well, that is great.
We are also bringing back the Warcraft Battle Chest, which will include Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. So here's to 30 years of Warcraft, and I can't think of a better way than celebrating than reliving the story from the very beginning. Oh, did I mention? This is all available right now.
Wow, okay.
Darkness have come again. What are you doing, my son?
That's Pog. I mean, a lot of people say the Warcraft 3 Reforged stuff should have been there sooner.
Who was betrayed? You
And I
must lead your people to their destiny.
a high degree, I'm inclined to agree, but like that we have 1 and 2 as well now. The birth of a legacy. Yeah. Crazy. I have to say I am a big fan of that. Like, it looks like I like that the art style came back in this way.
Captain, work completed. By your command.
Ooh, the blend into the modern sound effect.
Now, we are one.
I wonder what the Warcraft 3 Reforged community is going to think about this, because like before it was like weird to some players and to some people, and some things look weird, but customizable visuals, like what era visuals you want, is really freaking great. I'm honest, the community's lashback to this was like to the original release, basically.
It's pretty amazing to think
get it.
that Hearthstone turns 10 this year. It's been such an incredible decade.
What's up, everybody? I hope you're enjoying your adventures among the stars in the Great Dark Beyond. We loved working on this expansion and wanted to take our next mini set further into the cosmos than ever before.
Okay, I've no
Prepare to
idea
travel
what
beyond
that expansion
Azeroth,
is about.
beyond Warcraft,
I'm not up to date
and
with-
into Heroes of StarCraft.
Oh my god.
I'm super excited for this miniseries.
That
It's
is
the first time we've ever
amazing.
explored another universe this deeply in Hearthstone. A ton of people on the team, so much love for StarCraft. So being able to bring it into the Hearthstone Tavern has been incredible. Some might say, it's about time. Obviously,
Cheesy, but sure.
we knew we had to go big. The Zerg, Terran, and Protoss factions are represented on cards via a faction banner. Not only do the cards in each faction work well with one another, they're also usable across multiple classes. Each of the factions also has a hero card featuring one of the most iconic faces from StarCraft. The Zerg are led by the Queen of Blades herself, Sarah Kerrigan. She gives Death Knights, Hunters, Warlocks, and Demon Hunters access to an aggro playstyle with near endless swarms of Zerg cards. After all, what would a StarCraft mini set even be without its own version of a Zerg rush? For the Protoss, we have the legendary Artanis, seeking to unify his people. He grants his powers to druids, mages, priests, and rogues.
I
He
would've thought
focuses on
paladins, but
powerful,
sure.
high mana cost units,
But then
and
again,
uses
don't
the
know
psionic
StarCraft.
powers of the Protoss to make those cards cheaper.
Okay.
And finally, who else could we have to lead the Terran besides the iconic Jim Raynor? Thanks to him, warriors, paladins, and shamans will get a hold of the new starship keyword from the main set. But these aren't your average starships. They're battle cruisers. When we first started working on this mini set, we went to the team and asked, what does this need to have in order to truly feel
Guys,
like
I know
StarCraft?
nothing about StarCraft.
We've made sure
I'm
to
gonna be
represent
fully
as
honest.
many units from StarCraft
Barely
as
anything.
possible. There's even one
StarCraft.
character from Warcraft that snuck their way into the set. Grunty, the
Yeah!
Terran armored Murloc. On top of everything else, Heroes of StarCraft has more cards than any mini set we've done before. There's so much to
Interesting.
explore here. So many strategies, so many interactions, and so much StarCraft nostalgia. And we might have some special music as well, just for the occasion. Heroes of StarCraft is coming in
nice.
January 2025.
Man, the art in the
But
center
there's
looks
even
like
more
really
coming
retro.
up for
I like
Hearthstone.
it.
We're making some big changes to Arena.
But what kind of game director would I be if I didn't spill even more beans about what's coming next? It's going to be the year of the Raptor, and you'll
Oh.
be going on some awesome adventures in some of your favorite Azeroth locations. Next year, we kick things off with one of our most requested settings as we journey into the Emerald Dream. Here, you'll find yourself
okay.
in the middle of a legendary face-off between the Druids of the Emerald Dream and the forces of the Old Gods. They'll be fighting a high-stakes battle over the fate of the World Tree in our first expansion of the year. And things are going to heat up even more when the Druids of the Flame light up the mini-set. Our second expansion is also Hearthstone's first ever sequel, as we go back to Ungoro Crater. Join Elise on the hunt for a mythical lost Tortolan city. Spoiler alert, keep an eye on that volcano. After uncovering the secrets of the lost city, take part in a grand celebration in the 33.4 mini set. The party-loving Tortolans are hosting a festival in honor of the mighty dinosaurs of the crater, and we'd hate for you to miss out on all that fun. Closing out the year is our third expansion, where you'll travel with Chromie through alternate realities to recruit legendary Warcraft heroes like you've never seen them before. This all leads to an
kinda was
epic
there before,
showdown
right?
against Murozond at the end of time, and you won't believe what happens next. You've seen just how much we've got in store for you over the next year.
Stop teasing
Heroes
me.
of StarCraft, revamped Arena, and 3 awesome expansions. We're incredibly excited, and we hope you're incredibly excited.
I'm gonna.
Thank you so much for
I'm
being
excited,
part of
but
this
I'm
incredible
not
journey.
really.
10 years
there.
in, and our adventures in the tavern together
I might
are
return
only
those
just
full
beginning.
streams. If it's requested. If people want to see me play Hearthstone badly, I may return there. Rumble, okay. I have that on my phone, but I barely played because
Blizzard has this awesome
my
tradition
phone
of
lags
sharing the journey that
the
each
F
team
out.
took to
My
bring their
phone's
games
just
to life.
too bad.
I think this museum is a beautiful way to relive the memories of development and share that passion with the rest of Blizzard.
I have to say, a museum like that is
What's up, everyone?
so cool.
It's been about a year since I stood on the main stage of BlizzCon and we launched Warcraft Rumble together with all of you and more. But maybe, most importantly, you've
I wonder
summoned
why.
over 1 billion angry chickens.
1 billion.
That's 2 billion chicken wings.
Cut.
In just a second, we're
Jeremy, we're trying to shoot Rumble here.
Oh, Rumble? Oh, I know a little bit about that. Scoot the camera. Cool. Awesome. When we started working on Warcraft Rumble, we wanted to make something that harkened back to our strategy roots. Like the
I love
first time
quirky
booted
moments
up
like that.
Warcraft
Anyway,
2, adds power max
cheesy, but whatever.
766 Dungeons,
But yeah,
and at least
if I
one new
had
mini every
a
single
gaming
season.
company, I would have a museum like that.
We've
I
got
would
the
make a
Darkmoon
half
Fair,
theme park out
new
of it.
zones,
Like, go
and whole
full
family feed
indie
experiences.
horror game
We added our
company.
first raid, Molten Core, and laid siege to Stormwind. In our latest season, we even bust down the doors of Ironforge.
Yo! Oh dear!
We ain't stopping there, are we, Vic?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about what's coming up. Starting right now, if you hop into Rumble, we're running our first anniversary event with some truly excellent loot.
We're celebrating 1 year of Warcraft Rumble, so if you jump in after the
Wazowski,
stream,
is that
you'll be able
you?
to snag some super cool rewards, like the very valuable looking gold kobold, which we affectionately call the Kogald. Okay, have you scanned this thing yet? Great.
Not yet, no.
We've
I'm
also
done.
been working on something really exciting
It's
for
like,
later
my
in the
phone's
season.
Too bad, I need a new
There are
phone.
some characters in Warcraft that don't fit so cleanly into just one of our families. So we're adding split leaders. But there was one more thing we wanted to talk about. Jeremy? Right? There was one more thing we wanted to talk about, right?
Nope. That's all I had. See you later.
This is so awkward, I love it. So silly. So what's actually coming, huh? Queen's Fall. No. You're kidding me! You're fucking kidding me! You read my I manifested it. What the hell? I literally sat here complaining how I can't play it on my phone because I need a new phone. And they announced it for the... You're goddamn kidding me. That is so hilarious.
But let's be honest, you know where we're going
But
next.
yeah, it's classic Pandaria? I thought that was remixed, basically. I love this animated trailer, by the way. Oh wow. Still burning? I don't remember that. I love how it's depicted here. I love the style. I love, oh god, the water, the trees. It's like a mixture of like in-game and main. But Mists of Pandaria Classic, I'm so confused. I love it.
The Classic team is proud
Still
to
love
announce
Pandaria,
that Mists of
but-
Pandaria Classic is coming, and we can't wait to bring it to you next summer. With its legendary class design and incredible raids and dungeons, set amongst a gorgeous environment and backed by an unforgettable soundtrack, we'll be traveling back to experience all that Pandaria has to offer together.
Right after remix, that is weird.
Mists of Pandaria Classic is super exciting for all of us, as well as Season of Discovery, and we love that we'll continue to be on that journey with you. But we know, we spent some time on the internet, and we've heard some of you out there, you want something fresh.
which is why we are so pleased to announce that we are bringing you the Classic experience. All new Fresh Realms with the WoW Classic 20th Anniversary Edition. And it's happening soon.
How soon, Clay?
Actually soon. These realms will be going live next week on November 21st, but you won't have to rush to level 60. Classic is all about the journey after all. As we've made a change, and our first raid, Molten Core, won't unlock for a few weeks after launch.
We'll be launching realms of all flavors, PvP, normal PvE, and, for the very first time, Hardcore, which will progress through the phases in lockstep with the other two. This means a fresh start for everyone at the same time, together, on a level playing field with fresh economies on very large realms.
Okay, just so...
If you missed out on jumping into WoW Classic's initial launch in 2019, this is the perfect time to join our community. These servers will also launch with some of the quality of life features that came later on, like the Chronoboon Displacer to save your world buffs, and the improved PvP honor ranking system. And yes, we're also pleased to announce that these realms will progress to the Burning Crusade Classic.
Like, I would prefer if they would keep certain expansions separate on their own, so we can only play in that expansion. But everything beyond Cataclysm, I don't see the reason for, because everything that is in the game, was in the game back then, is still in the game now. Apart from potentially maybe the, like, exact gameplay, but...
This amazing journey is one that's been co-written by you, our incredible community.
I don't know. Oh, I guess the garden isn't there. Oh. This is the earthen stuff. This is World Within stuff.
Hi everyone. We're in the middle of such an incredible moment for World of Warcraft.
Yes.
The World Soul Saga kicked off in August with the launch of the War Within, and we have been so excited to dive into the expansion alongside all of you. Whether you enjoy raiding, dungeons, delves, PvP, collecting appearances, pets and mounts, role-playing, or exploring the open world, we hope you found a part of Azeroth that brings you joy. It's humbling to be standing here on the eve of WoW's 20th anniversary. Looking back, 20 years ago, I was fresh out of school, and I had just seen enough of the beta to know that I needed to play this game, and then immediately stopped to avoid spoiling the experience for myself. I'd booked a couple days off work for launch and was looking forward to really diving into Azeroth. But little did I know that my server would be offline for the first few days due to overwhelming demand. Shout out to Mal'Ganis. But even less could I imagine how this game would in so many ways define the rest of the course of my adult life.
Wait, what? Hold on.
So, let's talk about
wait,
wait.
What did I just see?
Starting with what's on the horizon. We have 1107 Siren Isle, which is currently up on our public test realms. This update will go live next month, and it has something for everyone. On the narrative front, this update includes epilogue questlines for Dalaran and the Kirin Tor. No spoilers, but this storyline features the mysterious Haranir, who also played a starring role in our expansion release cinematic. Ooh, we'll also get into the prologue for where we're going next, but more on that in a minute. 1107 also, of course, brings its namesake, the Siren Isle, a new outdoor environment to explore, full of mysteries to uncover, and rewards to help catch up your alts and prepare for the next War Within season ahead.
Okay,
Plunderstorm is returning, this time with a plunder store to give you more flexibility in earning your rewards instead of that linear renown track.
Now the linear
also making a return will be the latest iteration of our Turbulent Timeways event and a Winter Veil revamp. We can't wait for you all to experience this update next month. As an additional treat, for those of you invested in the story of the War Within, we will be releasing a novella that explains exactly what happened to Jaina and Thrall after they left us. This novella is narrated by none other than Chris Metzen, and available today.
I really want to... Oh, I have to dive into that. Oh!
So, I know many of you have already seen 1107, but you have to be wondering where the War Within is going to take us after that. Okay. So following Xal'atath's trail is going to lead us to a location that I've been personally excited about since we first settled on the idea of an underground expansion. Undermine, the capital of the Goblins' trade empire. Fittingly, our name for the 11.1 patch is Undermined with a D. Now this is a city unlike any city we've seen before in World of Warcraft, standing as a testament to the intelligence and creativity of the Goblins as masters of technology and alchemy. And as our adventures continue, we will learn more about Goblin culture than ever before.
what's important to them, what problems they're trying to solve, what they're capable of as a society. Everything that makes them truly unique, beyond the humor and the explosions. Though, just to be clear, there's going to be a whole lot of explosions. You'll arrive at an Undermine that's plunged into conflict between the 4 major goblin cartels: Steamweedle, Blackwater, Bilgewater, and of course, the Venture Company.
Huh.
You will align yourself with a group of your choice and run into notorious goblins like Monty Gazlow, Renzik the Shiv, Baron Revelgaz, Marin Noggenfogger, and more. Now, if you're going to be in cahoots with the Goblin Cartel, you can't be seen rolling around in anything less than a truly blinged out ride. So early on, you'll earn a vehicle designed just for Undermine to push the boundaries of locomotion within World of Warcraft. Undermine was built for speed, with roads designed for driving, which is just as well because this car travels much, much faster than your regular ground mounts. You can also further adjust your car's driving characteristics. Do you prefer grip or do you want to drift more? Do you want more acceleration, even if it's going to come at the expense of your top speed? That's up to you. You can try it all and rule the streets of Undermine, living your life 440 yards at a time. We'll also be adding a new dungeon in Undermined, Operation Floodgate, which is a race to stop a group of goblins from blowing a dam that would bring ruin to the Ringing Deeps. This dungeon will also be immediately available as part of our new Season 2 dungeon pool on Heroic, Mythic, and Mythic Plus difficulties, alongside the 4 other launch dungeons and 3 returning legacy dungeons. Now, we'll have many more details in the weeks ahead, but I can tell you that one of those legacy dungeons, naturally, in light of our goblin theme here, is the Motherlode from Battle for Azeroth. Continuing to build upon one of our favorite parts of the War Within, this new zone brings with it 2 new delves for you to explore, and we're creating new variations on the existing delves. We're also introducing seasonal updates to Bran Bronzebeard, a new adversary to follow Zek Veer, and a new set of goblin-inspired curios for Bran. Of course, a new season also means a new raid zone. We have an 8-boss raid called the Liberation of Undermine coming your way, which takes you through the streets of the city and into the magnificent Galagio, brimming with color and extravagance that also hides the dark secrets of its owner, the one and only Gallywix.
Of course.
And for the arena PvPers out there, we're also introducing a new arena map set right amidst the city.
Do you see the T-Rex? Oh, I'm so hyped for the Robo T-Rex.
Now, some of you may be wondering how Xalatath fits into all of this, and how goblin politics relate to the fate of our world soul. But rest assured, Undermine plays a vital role as a continuation, a next chapter in the many stories that are unfolding in the War Within. We will have a lot more to share on that front in the months ahead.
Okay. No spoilers. You look way older here than you are portrayed.
And that is just the beginning of what we have planned for the next year. Now, as you can see, 2025 is going to be an incredible year for both modern and classic WoW players.
That is a lot.
As the World Soul Saga continues to unfold, we are reflecting on these past 20 years with immense gratitude as we lay the foundations upon which to build the next 20. On behalf of the entire World of Warcraft team, thank you so much for being the heart of the history of Azeroth. Whether you've just joined our community, been with us for the last 2 decades, or somewhere in between, thank you for making Azeroth your home. And speaking of home, the team does have one more thing to share with you.
No! No! You said home! That's a key word! You don't! You, please, yes! But also, what the fuck? No fucking way! You can't do this! But you should! Please be what I think it is! Please be what I think it is. Midnight? Wait, what? Huh? Huh? Begins at home.
Thank you
with
for joining us
midnight?
today
Excuse
and for
me?
being with us for the past 3 decades.
I am so... The next adventure begins at home. And they showed random dude. Home sweet home. That thing! That thing! If that's not player housing, I'm gonna actually... I'm gonna eat something that is actually not gonna kill me, because there's a high likelihood the hype's gonna be not real. Submit something. It's somewhere. I'm gonna draw a house on a sheet of paper and eat that. Turns out the hype is real. They announced actually player housing, as it looks like. And I can't contain my excitement, because even if it's literally just what was shown in the trailer, I'm hyped. Oh, I love that sigil though. That sigil is sick. But yeah, I have to sadly mute this. Your next adventure starts at home. And it's midnight. I need to process that for a second. My immediate guess for that is player housing, and we go all into our beds and into our homes, and then we enter a realm of nightmare, where canonically we're sleeping on the ground, in our bed or whatever, and our main hub will be our home, and then we like go into nightmare realm because it's called midnight. I don't know. And like canonically, it's literally our characters just having a prolonged nightmare. That would be really funny. That would be really hilarious. That would be kind of really cool if we all just had an emerald nightmare, like in the book. Like in the one book where we basically all went into, where everyone like fell asleep and they went into the Emerald Nightmare and had visions of the Emerald Nightmare. And it was just coolness from there. Like it was just like, oh, nightmare stuff. But also, no matter what, that looks so much like player housing. I'm going insane. I am so hyped for that, if that is the case. I'm gonna not try to get any further into that, because that is just driving me absolutely crazy. That it could be player housing. Oh my god! I mean, sure, they can do it absolutely poorly, but even the most minimal amount of that would, like, let's just imagine it only has what we were shown. Literally only what we were shown. And you can just, like, decorate optionally an on and off switch logic the entire house. That would be the minimum, and I'd still be happy. I'd still be like, oh yeah, this is kind of sick. This is kind of cool. But, like, and that's where my expectation will be. That we will only have specifically what was shown in the trailer. That, well, like, this little clip. That, basically just a little, like, decorative portion that looks like a normal-ass human house. Or an orc house, probably. Maybe, like, 2 factions, 1 choice each. And basically just, you come in, you, right-click some things. It says, display this or this, and you say yes or no, and it displays Onyxia's head, or, like, a bear head, like, that stuff. Anything beyond that will make me happy. If it's just that, I'd be like, okay, this is fine. It's absolutely pre-rendered, 100%. And this is some... Is it a warrior? I'm gonna guess it's a warrior. like with little things on display that I don't think are a thing in World of Warcraft. And a lot of candles. The whole wall decoration stuff. Little figurines. I think he's might be a paladin, but I'm not sure. I don't recognize armor sets that easily. Yeah, that is definitely a like more epic version of the tavern music. So it might be a Hearthstone thing, but I don't think it's going to be a Hearthstone thing because Home Sweet Home and your next adventure begins at home. Like this part. Are they just going to announce they're selling rugs? Like this was oh. Is it just like a Blizzard Gear Store thing? Excuse me, what? Like this part is like definite. It's not going to be just rugs they sell at home because World of Warcraft Midnight, that announcement seems like, ooh, that is part of an expansion. And they're not gonna announce an expansion with only rugs, you know? Like, it has to mean player housing, right? I'm not crazy for that. I'm gonna wish for player housing, and I'm gonna only expect what we saw in the trailer concerning player housing. But like, come on.
Thing to share with you.
There's one thing to share with us. Which is this. And it's like, I'm gonna guess this guy represents a player. Because I don't recognize the armor from like an NPC or anything. And Home Sweet Home, like, this doesn't look like this is going to be the actual texture on the mug. This looks like rendered in. I'm sorry, but all I can think of is, especially with this reveal thing, it just looks so much like an expansion, like, announcement. That this will be the next expansion or the next bigger thing, but also, it's going to be a World of Warcraft thing. Your next adventure begins at home, Home Sweet Home. These three things combined, I'm gonna be fully honest, shout so much like player housing. These and like basically the entire setting of this trailer. But this, on top of that, like before it could have been anything. Then this was home. Home! You said the magic word. Your next adventure begins at home. And then it was like, okay, but maybe it's just rugs. Maybe they're just like, you can decor your actual real life home. No, there's a no, this is an expansion thing. What do you mean by that? Oh, please let it be player housing. You make it look so much like player housing. If this is not going to be player housing, again, I'm going to draw a house on a sheet of paper and eat it.